Okay, so as much as I don't want to ask my next question, partly because I don't really know if I want to hear the answer, I do find it interesting people's motivations behind their chosen careers in our time. So, how much is money a factor in your decision?
Could be, because HB is pretty expensive, as we all know, and it is a more reputable school, especially for businesses, so I am thinking, yeah, money might be a problem, but I think with the value you get from that degree somewhat, or if you do dental schools, you can pay it off, so it's good.
It is important. I think it's maintaining a certain standard of living is kind of something that I would certainly be interested in.
It is. It's a big, but it's not like my big priority. I'd rather pick something I want to do.
I would say so, because originally I was thinking of being a forensic pathologist, but I don't want to go to med school and then be paid less because I only operate on dead people. And I was also thinking of being a pediatrician or just a family doctor, but once again, I'm not sure if I want to pay for med school. So optometry is sort of like the middle ground where I can help people, and the doctorate of optometry degree is not quite as expensive as medical school.
Not really. It's more of the chance, like the Canadian Forces offers a unique career choice. It's very adventurous, doing what I love, so it's something giving to your country. I think it's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. You want to, that's kind of the purpose of a career, right?
It's a small factor. It would be nice to be living comfortably, but my biggest factor would be being happy within my career and giving back to society.
Well, the way I see it is I practiced architecture for around about 10 years, and it was a really great job. I loved what I did, but at the end of the day, you have to have job satisfaction as well. So you have to balance out the monetary side of it with what you really love doing. And
yes, as bad as that is, I would like to say that it kind of is. I just want to make sure that, like, when I have kids and like that kind of stuff and have a family, it's like comfortable for everyone.
It's not a huge factor, but it's nice.
Money really isn't a factor because at the end of the day, it's really proved about we're all dead, right? And money doesn't carry beyond the grave for you. I think life is not really defined by the monetary things because there's so many rich people that aren't happy. I'm not saying having money is a bad thing, but I think there's a little more to life than just money.
No, not really. Yeah, income obviously does matter, but the major factor is I'm going to do something that I like.
Coming up to graduation, I can feel the worry of some of my peers about going into a job market during this economic recession. Some careers seem safe, while others are being replaced by spending cutbacks and growing technology. Thus, I'm avoiding this situation by packing my bags and teaching English in Vietnam. So, I leave you today with my final question. Do you think the economic recession will affect your career?
Definitely if I go down the business route, maybe, depending on how many jobs there are. Because people are graduating right now, they'll probably be ahead of us and they don't have jobs right now. So when I do graduate, there'll be like a lump of people who don't have jobs, but they'll have more probably experience or more years on me, so they might get hired before I do.
The law field? No. There'll always be criminals and there'll always be litigation, so I don't think any downturn in the economy will have an effect on that.
Yeah, I think so. I've had some people in my field who've had a hard time finding jobs because it's not really economically viable, I guess, compared to the healthcare business, but I'm sure it'll be okay.
Well, I don't think so, because people will always need glasses and people will always need education.
Not really, because it's a division of the federal government, so unless there's like a really huge budget cuts, Canadian Forces don't really cut back. Unless it's very severe, but I think my career is pretty safe.
No, I'm still in first year, so by the time I graduate, things should be all right.
Actually, within the social work field, we're kind of lucky because with the recession, it's increasing the need for jobs and increasing the need for services, so the recession sort of benefits my field.
Yeah, it certainly makes people think about what they want to do in the future. Coming from the construction industry, then there's a lot of pressure on how you're going to be able to adapt to a collapse in the construction industry. So yeah, I think you have to seriously think about what you're going to do for the economic future.
I think so. I mean, I know that like where I'm going into, like what field I want to go into is kind of going to be open anyways, but
yes, just because there's not as much out there and there's going to be a bigger push for education, so it'll be more competitive. But with teaching, there's not a lot of people who want to teach high school French, so I have that.
Seeing how the recession is sort of like almost over now, and it's still quite early in my university career, so thankfully no right now, but I do know a lot of people like who are leaving right now. It does affect them because even with internships, they do cut the number of internships down.
Well, the thing is, we do get like 3 things out of the program, right? So we get a business degree, specialization in airline and airport management, and we get a commercial pilot license, so we can go in either direction we want. So therefore, finding a job shouldn't be a problem.
Well, it may affect the career choice, like as of which company I work with. Like if Cottage Country Air Tours doesn't work out because of the economic recession, then I may have to join a different company that isn't as well affected by the economic recession.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to keep tuning in for all your opinionated Logos needs. I'm your host, Sadie Christie, and that's the word.